On our test score for flat.io, we're going to talk about how to get from one chord to the other. We already talked about that measure 2 was a D major chord, and measure 3 was a G major chord. The bass line jumping down 5 notes like this is very powerful, but if the melody jumped from D to G as well, they would sound very similar, and we want to not have that if we can avoid it. So what I did was I added extra notes in between them. So I started on D, ended on G, and just added another D, an E, and an F sharp in between them to get to G. Now going from G to A, I didn't really want to do just G, A, and there's not any notes between, so I had to go the wrong direction and then go back up so I had enough notes. So I went G again, down, up to A. Okay? Now here I wanted to get from A to D, and I could have went A, B, C sharp, T, just like this one, but I didn't want them to be exactly the same, so I did the other direction. Since E was right before it, I started on that E, and went down, and then ended up. Rather than going all the way up, I came down and then up. So you can add a little bit of changing into your mood. Now I did a 4 measure right here, 2, 3, 4, sort of question phrase. Let's listen to it and see if you feel like it's over at that point. So, I mean, it sort of sounds over, but it wants to go on. So I'm going to go on to my answer phrase. Here's another one. I did 3 notes up into D because I wanted to go. I was on D already, and I got to A here in the cello. So I went down to A here too, and I went back up, and I wanted to end on a D chord. So I put in some passing tones to D. Second violin, same thing. I put in some passing tones to F sharp, put in some passing tones to D, but not the same ones as the violin. I did them a little bit different. So you can figure out how to get there. And then I need to go to B. So D and A are in the D chord, so I did that, and then I'm like, A to B, that's only one note, so I don't know what to do to put in a passing tone. There's an A sharp in between. So the cellists are going to play D, A sharp, B. Even though A sharp's not in the chord, it's going to sound nice because it's leading to the next note. Same thing here, leads down, leads, leads. Same thing here. They all lead to the next one. Here's a nice arpeggio. Since I'm in B minor, that's B, D, and F sharp. B, F sharp, D. If you just went B, 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 G, G, that would be perfectly fine. Then we went to A. Here, I wanted the ending to sound similar to our question because when you ask a question, you want to use the wording for the question in your answer. So I just literally stole these notes that I wrote and put them in my answer. And I ended on D, and then everyone ends on their lowest D at the end for a nice final sound. So let's listen to this form and see if you can hear the question and the answer and how you get from one chord to the next. And that ending sounds much more final because we had a question, an answer, and I ended on a nice low note that was all together. If you want to use any of these, go ahead and use them in your assignment. If you have questions about anything, this is as far as I'm going to go on flat.io with music theory because this is a lot to process. If you are hungry for more and want to learn more, email me and let me know, and I will gladly talk to you about it.